following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon from TFNN. Welcome to the July 20th wonderful Wednesday edition of today's Trader's Edge show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And of course, the easiest way to do that, it's to always remember that life happens for us, not to us. That's right. Once you and I can master that little 2x4 exchange, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Today, you and I, we get to go look at the circumstance of the bulls and the bears, the buyers and the sellers. We're going to go figure out what they're communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. More importantly, though, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. Now is not too soon. 877, by the way, 927-6648. Of course, you can call us locally or internationally, 727-445-1044. We'd love to hear from you in any part of the world. So let's go ahead and get this show started on wonderful Wednesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes, and welcome to the show. Right now, we have the Dow trading up 47 points. That's trading at 18,606. S&P up 10. She's trading at 2173. NASDAQ Composite, a little juice inside it. 5380 is what it is trading to the upside. Trade out at 1590. Russell 2000 up about 11 points at 12. We'll call it 1211. DAX closed up 161. FTSE closed up 32. We've got gold trading back $13. Silver off 38 cents. Light sweet crude up 49. Lead the charge to the upside. You've got Intuitive Surgical up $41. Priceline up 31. Cintas Corp. We looked at that stock a few days ago. Looked like everybody was in the money in that stock and having a fun time at the party. Well, guess what? That party is extending to new all-time highs today. It's up $10. Regeneron Pharmaceuticals up $9. Polaris Industries up 7. Wabco Holdings up about $7. You got the IBB up 6. To the downside, it is the miners. It's the junior nugget, the junior gold miners. It's the senior gold miners. It's about every gold miner you can find out there moving to the downside. You've got Exponent Inc., EXPO. That's down 12.5% off $7. You've got Signature Bank of New York. That's down for about $6, 4.6%. Kellogg, the cereal maker, they're down about $4. So we've got quite a bit to speak about. But we've got some requests that have already come in. So why don't we really do that? Now, the first request that came in, we've got a subscriber that went ahead and was looking at the charts and looking at the ES Mini specifically, wanted to take a short trade in it. So let's go assist her with what she is looking at, what to be paying attention to with regard to the market. So first, I'm going to switch and I'm going to go ahead and take a look at a 5-hour energy drink chart out here. Now, we take a look at the 5-hour chart. We can see, and as she rightly pointed out, we can see the A to B equals CD that has not completed out here. 2189 is the number. Now that's coming off of the lows from back on Brexit. What was it? The Brexit June 27th out there. And my clients and I went long along this path out here during that first day. That's why we went ahead and went long the markets. We went ahead and took our profits a little while ago, and so I'm neutral. Now, I'm neutral. That doesn't mean that the market's going to go down, doesn't mean that it's going to go up, just means that I'm neutral. So I promise you that whatever it is I share with you, it is totally from looking at this trade from both sides. Now, to the upside will be 2189. Now, what the subscriber picked out was a seventh wave. I don't recall if it was on the same time frame or not, but it doesn't matter. We're looking at a 5-hour time frame, and when we take a look at this C to D leg, we take a look at the C point of this A to B equals CD to the upside. upside. That took place on July 6th at 2 p.m. The low out there was 20.5675. We start counting those waves to the upside. We've got a couple of different patterns that are out here. Number one, you've got a seventh wave move. That's what we're in right now. Now, remember, this doesn't get confirmed until, on a 5-hour chart, until the next 5-hour bar. This one ends at 2, so it really wouldn't be the one that ends until 5:15. Not until that bar closes and doesn't make a higher high. So we don't know if this is the seventh wave or if the seventh wave is going to come in from higher price out here. But what we do have out here is we've got really one price relative strength divergent pattern on this chart out here. And that took place at 9 o'clock in the morning. This was on July 14th. That's where price is moving higher, doing less relative energy. The cavalry showed up, created that little bear sash out here. So today, what you had in the early morning was price poked above the high of the bar we were looking at 9 o'clock in the morning. But still, that becomes resistance. That high is the number you want to watch. You do not want to see it close above 2168. Testing it, sure, no problem. But closing above it would not be a good thing because that is your only line of defense out here, that bearish engulfing bear sash type candle out here. And any close above that says you could move to higher price. And what we know is that there's a valid A to B equals CD pattern that could take it to 2189. Now, I'm not saying that you might not want to take that pain. I don't know that I'd want to take that pain out here. So any close above, in fact, you don't want to take that kind of pain. No, you don't want to do that. So a close above 2168 doesn't void these patterns that are out here, but does say that you would now be up again above resistance, and there's a good chance that price could run to the upside. So that's on the ES mini. On the other time frames out here, whether it's a 30-minute, 120-minute, on the 30-minute chart, there is also a valid price relative strength divergent pattern. What do I mean by that? I mean that coming into this morning here at 11:30, price was pushing higher, doing it with less relative energy, and then the cavalry showed up at 12 noon. Gave that nice little dark cloud cover out there, right? Was sending out the smoke signals. You saw a little bit of follow through to the downside, but price was unable to close below Stevie's red line out here, or did it by a tick or two. That's not a big deal. 2167.50, by the way, is that number as we speak. Right now, we're at 2167.75. Moving above that says get ready for price to go test that high. But again, on two different time frame charts, you would get a similar message, meaning a close up. Well, the different message here is that we're not in wave number 7 or anything like that on a 30-minute chart, right? We're in, let's go take a look at it from this hammer candle down here at 4:30 in the morning. Yeah, we're definitely not in that. And then it becomes a question of, well, let me see. Maybe I should just hold my horses out here. Yeah, we're probably only in wave number 4 to the upside, but doesn't mean that price is going to take that out. Just be careful. You don't want to see price get above that 21.60. I believe it was 21.68. Come on, don't work with me. Work with me. We're on live air. You're my partner here. 2169.75. I take that. 2169.75 is the number out there for the ES Mini. Now, what do you have going along that maybe says you're on the right side of that trade out here? The only other thing, well, there are a couple things I can find for you. Let's take a look at the NQ, the 5-hour chart out here. What this did was this completed a 1-to-1, uno to uno, hombre to hombre, A to B equals CD. That price projection was 46.49.50. We're trading at 46.50 as we speak right now, but that's kind of a widest ranging bar moving into a D point. It does not look good for the bears to see the NQ showing its muscles out there. This is Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of The Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 50. S&P is up 10. We kind of, as we were going into that break there, I said, hey, the wide-ranging bar inside the NQ 5-hour chart, not the way that you want to see a pattern completed out here. But the widest price movement, widest price movement we've had since 2 o'clock in the afternoon. This was, when is this, 2 days ago? This was on July the 18th. Yeah, so 2 days ago. And then we had one bar like this back on July 14th. Markets typically don't end on those types of bars out here, but price has been moving higher, doing a less relative energy. Again, here's the A to B equals CD pattern. So you can see this thing is completing, right to the penny out here, basically. Right to the tick is really what I should say. And if price is going to continue to motor on higher, where the next price projection is using our A to B equals CD ruler will get you to the 47.27 area. If you look at the bottom portion of my chart, I shared this with I shared this tool with subscribers many months ago, did a workshop for them about 5 weeks ago, I believe, and shared a little bit when I did the segment with Tom on Monday afternoon. If you're looking at the bottom portion of my screen out here, let me do this. Give me a moment here just to update this. I see there was one thing that wasn't updating on the current bar out here, and I want to update on the current bar. So we'll take a look at the bottom portion of my chart. It's referred to as a price oscillator. Price oscillator, you're going to say, hey, some of you might say, what the Sam heck is that? It's a tool that measures the energy. It's used all over the place. We couldn't come to you live without oscillators. And, you take a look at your electronic devices and so forth. And this just simply measures the energy between two elements. In this case here, those two elements being two moving averages. The moving averages that I like to use, not because I just pull them out of my arse or something like that, but because there's a lot of science behind using them, happen to be the 19 and the 39-day exponential moving averages. That's what the blue line shows. Now, the very first time, that red line that is on my chart out here, that's a line that helps me identify whether or not that price oscillator is moving up or down. Moving up or down is very important because as a price oscillator is rising, it's telling you or it's helping you eliminate one side of the trade. If it's moving up, that's saying that you've got to really consider why you would be taking a short. Now, if you've got some other type of leading indicator pattern or tool out there, A to B equals CD could be that price projection. The failure to swing point could be another. A seventh wave move could be another. But you better have a really good leading indicator tool to ignore the meaning of a rising price oscillator. Now, look, when a price oscillator, as we see down here at the bottom, is starting to rise and it's below zero, and zero is marked as that red line in the bottom portion of my panel out here, when it's starting to move higher into zero, you don't know if it's just really what we'll call a retracement that is going on underway, oftentimes referred to as a counter trend rally out here. But what we do know is when the oscillator is rising and it's above zero, boy, if you were looking for a signal that said, don't even think about it, Johnny. Don't even think about going short unless you've got some type of really good leading indicator tool to tell you where price is running into resistance. Maybe that could even be a TAS market profile out there. You can see right now that price is that the price oscillator, it's rising, it's above zero. Now that red line, by the way, on my screen out here, that way in an instant, I don't have to clutter up my screen with this part of the tool. I can just look at the red line, Stevie's red line on my chart out here, and know in a heartbeat, is the price oscillator rising or falling? And then that can assist me with my trading on the time frame that I'm actually trading it. Now, here's the cool thing about I said that I'm neutral in the market. I've taken off the long position. Why is that? Because I'm anticipating, I have good reason to anticipate that the market's going to retrace. Is there a signal as we speak right now that says that's what's going to happen? The answer is absolutely, positively, no. There's only the potential of that occurring out here. I'm just waiting for additional signals, confirmed signals that say, okay, now is the time to jump on that train. This market could easily continue to motor on to higher highs. It could do it today. It could do it tomorrow. It could do it for as long as it wants. When the change in trend is going to take place, we're going to know. Of course, you've got Stevie's black line to match the red line, two different tools out here. But boy, when you get that crossover either to the upside or to the downside, what a wonderful message that is. And at this stage of the game, we've got a leading indicator that says price is rising, do it less relative strength out there. We've got the completion of an A to B equals CD. If you're a bull, your sphincter muscle ought to get a little bit tighter as we speak right now. But there's no reason to dump the trade, so to speak, out there. Just make sure that you're using a fairly tight stop. But this is the time to be somewhat cautious out here in the market, because I believe there is a change coming. But that change coming, is that the hey, this is the summertime high? I think not. I don't know for sure, but I have good reason to believe I think not. And for those of you that don't like to go short, what you really should be doing is getting all that gunpowder, and you should be preparing for that next buy, because that next buy is going to take you higher through August. It's going to take you higher into September. It's going to take you to higher highs out there, and that is going to be a beautiful ride. So that's inside the NQ. That's taking a look at the 5-hour charts, and just to give you a feel for where I believe we are at inside of the markets. Now, had a request out here from Rose. You got to like that name. Rose would like us to take a look at two individual stock. Land's End is one of them. And the question is, Steve, these two stocks have a lot of insider buying. Do you think they have potential? Oh, I think every stock has potential, Rose, but let's not worry about insider buying. Let's worry about what the outsiders are doing with the stock, because there is nothing more fundamental on a stock chart. And this is coming from a cut, paste, and assemble guy, a CPA that could run circles around most out there with regard to fundamentals. But there is nothing more fundamental than what our shareholders doing. And at this stage here, with regard to Land's End, this thing looks like it's an all-time lows out here, I believe. Let's take a look at this. Let's put this on a monthly chart. Is there anyone inside this stock that is having any fun out here? Maybe just a couple of guys or gals, but not a lot, because this thing is basically at its lows. Does that mean that it can't go lower? Heavens to Betsy, no. Is there any indication that someone's trying to step into this equity out here? Well, it had a high volume low out here from the trading day. This is a daily chart of June 1st. That had 1.3 million shares. That low out there rose 1549. You're trading at 1488. So we've seen a break below that level on light volume. If you're going to go ahead and consider taking a long trade in this, let price at least get back above that level. Again, that area being a price point of 1549. Otherwise, this thing's headed lower. And when you're at all-time lows, basically, and you've got nothing on the left-hand side of the chart to figure out where it's headed to, now you got to use some type of tools. Might be lightning bolt, A to B equals CD, might be an expansion of swing points, could be a whole sundry of things out here. But that wasn't your question, and I don't even know that I could answer it. But your question was, do you think this has potential? I would say this doesn't have any potential until it gets above at least 1549. Ticker symbol there is Land's End. Looks like it's coming to an end. This is Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 53. S&P is up 11. Let's go out to Denver, Colorado, and speak with Ron. Ron, thanks for calling. Thanks for calling in. How are you doing this afternoon? Oh, Ron in Denver dropped. Oh, that's terrible. The mile-high Ron dropped out there. He wanted to take a look at Qualcomm. I don't know what he wanted to look at. That's too bad out here. But if we do take a look at Qualcomm, let's go see what at least we can see out here. And if we take a look at our TAS market profiles, everything looks pretty good. Prices above both the daily and the weekly out here. The problem is there's a real fight between the bulls and the bears out here. Let me show you what I'm referring to. Let's get rid of some of those horizontal lines on our screen, and prices running right into a major supply line. That supply line going all the way back to November 5th, 2015. That's the day that Qualcomm gapped down with 65 million shares. 65 million shares that had traded that day, and that meant there were shareholders that had bought into this somewhere between 56 and 51. Forget about everybody else that had left behind out here. And they thought that was a good buy. Now, they thought that was a good buy up until they saw price get down to $43, $42.24 to be exact out here. And then they were saying $42, $56. That was not such a good buy. Honey, what do I do? And for those that were saying, honey, what do I do? They were also saying, my God, if this thing ever gets back here, I don't want that pain anymore. I just want to get my moolah back. And that, in essence, is what it's dealing with. There's a confirmed A to B equals CD to the upside. That's why you got to look at the left side of the chart as well, because on the trading session of March the 7th, that would be your B point of an A to B equals CD, and that had 10 million shares. But we saw that was passed out here on May 20th with 14 million shares. The problem is it is running into that supply line. So, Ron, I don't know that if you're long this, you're just, that depends where you got in on the trade. As far as any advice I would give to you, if you're looking to buy it right here, right now, don't do it. Don't do it. Wait until you can get maybe a pullback down into the lows here from June 27th. That might be a spot for you to take a look at. If we look at our market profiles, that's really also giving you the same message, 50.73 to 51.34. But this thing could be just simply chugging around to the side while it just churns off all those folks that just want to get their cash back. And you can understand why. Now, Rose, going back to Rose out here, she wanted us to take a look at one other stock, and that was VRTU. That's the ticker symbol. That is Vert USA Corp. And also some bottom fishing going on here. Now, the question again is, hey, there's insiders buying it. In essence, I guess the question is, should I too? If we take a look at this, we're not seeing any signs of strength or anything inside of Vert USA. I don't know if that's how you properly pronounce it. If I put this on a weekly chart out here, which I'll do, I'm not seeing where this thing is pulling back into any kind of level of support. In fact, quite frankly, we can make the case here that this is a confirmed weekly A to B equals CD to the downside. The weekly session we're looking at began February 15th. It had volume. I would tell you what it is if I could see it. It had volume of 1.3 million shares, and it was passed just a few weeks ago with 1.8 million shares. That says this stock, those insiders, yikes, Rooney. This says the stock could easily be targeting $25.16, let alone $10.48 out here. So you've got a confirmed A to B equals CD. How do you play this? Look, if you want to take a look at how this stock has acted in this type of market, we've had one major bull run since February, June 27th out here. And this thing has done basically diddly. It's done nada. So how do you trade this? Hey, if there's a valid buyout here, something that Stevie Sun is overlooking, well, what you're going to see is you're going to see some type of move to the upside with some conviction in it, and then buy that retracement. That's the best way that I could tell you to play ticker symbol VR. TU. So that should answer Rose's question, at least that I hope it does. And you too, you can send me emails, steve@tfnn.com. I'll do my best to get to them, but it's kind of hard to navigate all those emails as well. Of course, inside the Tiger's Den, please go ahead and punch in a message like Tucker. did. He had indicated to us a little while back that the VIX index was at the high of its trading session out here. And so let's go take a look at that, see if we can figure out what it is doing. I'm going to go ahead and put a stock chart up on our screen. Of course, that's no surprise to you. We'll see that looks like the VIX is trying to. We don't know if it is or it isn't. We won't know till 4 p.m. right to the dot whether it is going to go ahead and form this little hammer candle that is in place as we speak right now. Now, why is a hammer candle important? Well, the message behind it is that the market is trying to hammer out a bottom. Now, if the VIX is trying to hammer out a bottom, Stevie is showing you some patterns that say, hey, sphincter muscles ought to start getting a little bit tight. This is not the time to order another drink out here. This is the time to let the drinks wear off. Maybe take some Advil and keep your eyes focused on the market. I can't tell you what it is that's going to turn it. Well, yeah, I can. It's more selling. So, you know, this could be a little bit of a signal. We're not seeing any other real pattern, so to speak. Well, I take that back. There's always a pattern if you look close enough. And what is that pattern? Well, if we go take a look at the VIX index compared to all of its futures contracts, that's this screen here. Let's go ahead and blow it up. You can see the top line happens to be the VIX index, the cash indices. But if we just want to compare that to all of the future contracts out here, we've got them going out until 2017 into March of 2017. Hey, I might be able to add April's. Is April's a valid contract right now? I don't know. Let's go take a look. H, you know, it's not H. It's April is J. What the heck was I thinking out there? Let's go see if even that one is a. Is it? No, it's not. It's not valid, not just yet, but it will be here shortly. Now, why? What are we looking at here? What are we looking at? You've got the cash VIX index trading out at 1185, and the furthest out futures contract is trading at 2010. Look, a quick math says that you've got about a 10-point difference, about a 100% difference. Close, it's really, what, 90%? Let's not worry too much about a few percentage points out here. 1183 versus 2010. You do the math on it. It's probably like a 90% difference out here. Do you know how much of an anomaly that is to have a 90% difference between the futures, the highest futures contract, and the VIX and the cash VIX? Do you know the meaning behind that? I'm telling you, those sphincter muscles need to get pretty tight out here, because that is a sign of trouble ahead. It could be today's hammer candle that would give us a signal out there. Of course, any move, we won't see it. It's pretty far away. Well, we know if there's a true change in character and trend with a close above 1348, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. Of course, how do I know that? Let's just say it's not going to happen in the next 10 minutes or so out here. But the VIX is, so thank you, Tucker. The VIX has given us a little bit of a signal out there, but the other signal to go with it, you got to pay attention to where's the VIX index trading in relationship to all of its futures contract. You know, do we got backwardation? Do we have contango? Do we have a 90% difference between the two of them? It really, you only need about you start seeing a 50, 60% difference out there. You got to pause. Doesn't mean you dump your trades, but please, folks, use tight stops out there. You're talking to Stevie the Bull. And I'm saying, be careful. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Are China A shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A Share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now, you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Dow's up 51, S&P is up 11. Good news, I had a weigh-in this morning. I started, as many of you know, I started a lifestyle change that, accompanied that was a weight loss program, but really was a lifestyle change, really an eating change out there. I had already been doing the workouts, but the fat wasn't coming off, which was a real bummer. I've been doing it for about 4 months now. I think just a tad, maybe just a tad over 4 months in that time period, and a lot of the weight came off. It came off quick early, but down 45 pounds, which is good. If you were trying to lose some weight and somebody came to you and said, "Hey, I can help you lose 45 pounds in the next 3 to 4 months out there," would you and you're eating and doing stuff, would you jump at it? But what was really cool was the body fat measurement, and it's down. That specifically is down 41%. I'm now down to a lean, mean fighting machine out there, down 18.6%. Is my body fat out there. So now I'm starting to get back into swing like an athlete out here. I still have more to go with regard to my goals out here, but what it takes a lot of discipline to do that. It takes a lot of discipline to do anything. And really with Inside Mastering Probability, my newsletter service, if you are exposed to it, if you go ahead and subscribe to it, what you're going to see there is absolute discipline laid out ahead of time, what we're looking for, when we get the confirmation, what it is that we're going to do. That way we overcome whatever fear out there that there might be, so ahead of time, we're laying out what it is that we're looking for. When we're on both sides of the trade, we're always taking a look at what is it that we have to be watching for just to identify whether or not we're wrong. So it's really all about discipline. And if you're looking for that kind of discipline, whether it's in losing weight, look at your relationships, I can help anybody with everything. You see, I am a pattern recognition specialist. I have extraordinary sets of tools to assist anyone overcome anything. And I don't just mean anything. What I mean is anything out there. So with regard to your trading and investing, if you are looking for ways to overcome whatever hurdle it is you're in right now, then go on over to the homepage of TFNN.com. I really don't talk too much about it, and you all know that we sell newsletters out here, so I don't need to be a walking advertisement. And but if that's the type of discipline that you're looking for, then you ought to go on over and give the newsletter a shot. I mean, geez, 30 days, you can try it out without any real obligation out there. All right, so back to the markets. There aren't really any. Oh, there is a question. Bob sent a message. He was saying, Steve, can you tell me support on GDX? Thanks, Bob. Well, we can tell Bob where there is support. Now, in this case here, where there's support, it's trading at 28.38. Bob, if you're listening, I figure support's around, I don't know, 16 bucks. Oh, he didn't want to hear that, did he? Let me tell him where current support is. Current support inside of the GDX, that's the gold vectors miners ETF out here. So the current support that you're actually looking at, and it's really the current support that I would give you, is really the top of the both the weekly and the daily TAS market profiles. Now, this is a brand new weekly. I say brand new. It's been around for just like about 3 weeks out here. Happens to be the green lines on my chart. So the number that you want to be watching is 28.15. And 28.30, that was the weekly, and the daily is 28.13. So there's your number for support. What happens if that GDX closes below that level? And volume, by the way, today, 39 million shares going into the breakout party that it had with 86 million. So certainly I don't even have to do the straight line math to tell you it's pulling back on light volume. Just not kind of. It's pulling back on light volume out here. So that's a level that you want to be watching. If it breaks through that, where's price likely to head to? Well, then your next level of support is going to be somewhere between 26.86 and 26.43, or I should have said 26.43 and 26.86, just to kind of get the math all correct out there. And then if it breaks that, then it's heading to 23.85. And then once it breaks through that, then probably that 16 bucks or 18 bucks, is in play out here. Now, where is the gold miners headed to? That's really a good question, because if you're asking me where is silver or gold heading to, I'm suggesting, I can't say I'm telling you because I can't control it. Where do I believe it's headed to? Lower prices than you can humanly, imaginally, that's not even a word, humanly imagine, any lower price than lower prices than you're thinking. How about that? I think I can get that out. Lower prices than you are thinking, than you are anticipating. You're going to be seeing on the screen that the bull run in gold is just over is what they're going to be saying. Maybe that's about the time. It won't be for a few months or so. Maybe that's about the time when you want to be taking a look at stepping on into the long side. Now, I could be just simply dead took-us wrong out here with regard to that prognostication, but I think I've been pretty accurate with regard to the calls that I've been assisting you in. All I'm looking at are chart patterns out here. And so here's the deal. Just use stops. Bob's asking for where support. I would assume that Bob is long the GDX, like maybe many others out there. And so pay attention to these support levels because they're important out here. But pay attention to what gold and silver are doing. I am uncertain as to really where the miners are going to head to versus where gold and silver is going to head to. There's a correlation, but it's not a penny for penny type of correlation out here. So the miners could hold up much stronger than gold and silver on its pullback. Gold and silver has found some support today. We could see some bouncing around. Gold hasn't broken through a major level of support. If we take a look at it, it's just tested its first level of support, and that is the bottom of its daily box. Looks a little different than when we took a look at the GDX out here, but you start to see gold break below 13.15, and I would say for you folks that are inside the GDX, maybe kind of disregard some of those levels that I gave to you, because the influencing factor on the direction of gold, the GDX, very likely going to be coming from this baby. So watch inside gold the price level of 13.15. Is there anything to suggest that that's really going to hold as support? Well, yeah, it hasn't broken through it. But once you close below that level, then you're looking at a price point of $12.89. $12.89 would be the next move. And then once you get below 1289, then you're going to be looking at a price move down to about 1203. And then once below 1203, then at that point in time, you're going to see a whole bunch of people really jumping ship out here saying, oh my God, the move is over. And, it couldn't have been more music to my ears to know that I was in a meeting last week. I believe it was last week, Thursday. And looking at the large wealth managers out there just now really starting to add to the mining positions. Because I had this kind of signals out here to say, okay, this is what's going on inside the metals market. And I was just looking for one more. That was it. That was it. But now they were buying after, where were they back in December of 2015, or even January of 2015, or maybe even February in 2015, nowhere to be found. So, let's watch. I would say what's in play out here with regard to Goldilocks, 1176, maybe even 1121. But it's going to be one thing at a time. That's what we're going to watch. What you're going to be watching today, what you're going to be watching tomorrow, you're going to be watching that price point of 1315 like a hawk. You bust through that, 1289 is up next. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
It's 2016 and TFNN has a brand new programming lineup to kick things off. Starting January 4th, Swim Lessons by Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade will be airing 5 days a week at noon Eastern Time. Join hosts Scott Connor, Kevin Hinks, and Cindy Faber as they host their daily options program live at noon 5 days a week with no commercials for the entire hour. Nico DeHaan and Paige Clark will be moving their program, Living a Primal Lifestyle, to twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 a.m. until 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Wake up with Nico and Paige and start your day off right. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour by Nadex will now be live Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Start and end the week with the 3 hosts, Tom O'Brien, Tommy O'Brien, and Daryl Martin, as they break down the world of trading binary options and spreads. For all the details on the new 2016 programming lineup, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Join David Dwight as he keeps you up to date on the latest tech stocks while he uses his Power Law Vector Indicator to identify the best trades. The Power Trading Hour, next on TFNN.
email that came in during that last segment. Luckily, I caught it inside my junk box out here from Bob in Loveland, Colorado. Hey, when you're sending me emails, if you do, inside that subject line, really put something that's, clearly, TFNN listener, mastering probability subscriber, and just put something really in there because I can tell you, I don't know about you and how much junk mail you get, but I get a ton. And I can tell you that the way my eyes scan the junk box, it is like that. And I just happened to catch this one. And so now in this case here from the subscriber, I'll create a rule so that it goes to a separate place out there. But I don't want to miss you. Or if you take the time to actually send me a question, I want to be able to get to it. So, and now his question was Noble Corp, NE, and was asking for an entry spot into a Noble Corp. Now, we can see this thing trading at 8.11. This had one time back in the 2008 time period was up at the $60.49 level out here. First, and this is a monthly chart, by the way, that we're looking at. I wish I could find a swing point that it was testing, that it was going into, that had some volume or something along those lines, and I don't, as this is scraping the bottom of the tub out here. Now, the bottom of the tub could be $4.71. You're at 8.12. That would be a haircut of what, about another 40% or so in the marketplace. So I don't see anything on the daily. On the weekly inside of Noble Corp, well, it's trading. Whoa, what the heck did I do there? There we go. I think I just grabbed this. So on a weekly basis here, just trying to look at what this thing has done, we can see a nice wide-ranging bar, a little breakout with some nice volume. So if this is trying to find a bottom out here, Bob, what I'm looking at is certainly the trading week that began February 29th. And this had volume here, nice volume, 81 million shares to the upside. You can see that this level, that breakout area, has been tested for the last couple of months, right? The first time it was tested was back in May, week that began May 30th, 32 million shares. So a lot of light volume out here on the weekly side. Now, that's a good piece of help for us because we know this has come back to the breakout area. The question is anybody else, any other technologist out there looking at this saying, hey, a level of support may have been tested and it's time to buy. So is there any signs of life off of the bottom out here? Is there any signs of strength? There is only one that I see, and it really failed to net much in the way of results. That was on June the 7th with 19 million shares to the upside. So I don't know if this area is going to hold. If I just take a look at market profiles, what do they help us identify? They say if this area fails at 738 is likely to be a spot where you might want to consider a Noble Corp, but you're definitely bottom fishing. That means you're going for grouper out there, and be careful because those groupers sometimes they'll go ahead and they'll hide behind those rocks, and you're trying to go ahead and pull that thing up, and then boom, snap goes the line out there. So be careful when you go grouper fishing because in this case right here, that's what you're looking at. So that is on ticker symbol NE, Noble Corp. I don't remember what do they do. What do they do? They in the natural gas. I don't remember what they actually do out here. Maybe they're in, I don't know. But in any event, because there's some type of correlation that Stevie is not picking up on. But just looking at the price chart, that's what we're looking at. Okay, so what are we going to be looking at, folks, out here? Hey, the markets are moving higher. Are we seeing signs that this move is getting tired and exhausted and is ready to move to the downside? No, we're not seeing that just yet. Are there some signs that say you got to be paying attention? Well, we always have to be paying attention. Just use your stops out there. But, folks, because it's Wonderful Wednesday, that means that up next is our one and only polar bear, Mr. David White. He's going to give you his things that he's looking at, the influencing factors. And then we've got the Tom O'Brien Show from 3 to 5. So thanks so much for joining us. Have a great day. Stay tuned for David, and I'll see you on Terrific Thursday. Take care, folks.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
You're watching Tiger TV.